All right, story number four. So, some quick Diddy news. And there's been few updates, several updates that I think are worth bringing together. Maybe just a couple, maybe a trio of updates, a threesome, maybe a threesome of updates here. I'm decided there's a lot going on with Diddy, so I'm not going to cover everything. I think that, these periodic updates with certain significant things is important. First thing is Diddy has a trial date. So check this out. Diddy's trial is May 5th, 2025. So that's according to Reuters from a U.S. judge. Diddy pleaded not guilty on September 17th to a 3-count indictment charging him with using his business empire to transport women and male workers across state lines to take part in recorded actual performances called freak-offs. Okay. This is a really, really tragic situation with a titan of hip-hop who has a long history of success and very long history of dark allegations tied to his name. We've covered how we got here over the past couple of weeks, but May 5th, 2025 will be his trial date. Also, this was a story. Now, one of the accusers, one of the women who's accused him, her name is Thalia Graves. Now, we've covered this in a couple of stories on the channel. She accused Diddy and his bodyguard at the time of R-ing her. And so this is a quick update on that. On TMZ, it says Diddy R accuser X claims she offered bribe $3 million if you back my story. Now, this is one of those stories that I think makes it very difficult for actual suspected victims in this case. I'm just going to read this quickly. It's by TMZ. Diddy's latest accuser, who's suing him for allegedly R-ing her and recording it, tried to get her now ex-boyfriend to corroborate her claim by paying him 7 figures. According to the ex, TMZ has learned. Thalia Graves is suing Diddy and his head of security, Joseph Sherman, for allegedly R-ing her back in 2021. And in the suit, she says she was dating one of Diddy's employees who was shown a video of the alleged incident. Now, Joseph Sherman, we talked about him in the story I did on Jaguar Wright, and just how this Diddy case is already spiraling and how this reaching in weird places. Joseph Sherman has denied this 100%. He's like, you have no facts. Nope. He is not. He didn't take the silent route with the lawyers. He was like, no, he denied it from the beginning. And so here's how the story goes. However, TMZ has seen a November 2023 text exchange. So this is last year. This is around the time of the Cassie trial between Thalia and the man who was her BF. And in it, she reveals she's planning to sue Diddy because he's the one that has the money. It also appears she offers to give her boyfriend $3 million if he agrees to back her version of the alleged events. After asking him to attest, he's seen the alleged video of the incident. The actual text reads, what do you need, 3 mil? We've actually spoken to Thalia's ex, who confirmed the validity of the text messages and told us he interpreted it as an attempted bribe. So she tried to bribe her ex-boyfriend into corroborating this story, and I guess presumably planned to pay him $3 million if she was able to win her suit. After receiving the text, he says he blocked Thalia's phone number and also blocked her on social media. What's more, we're told Diddy's lawyers also have a copy of the same text we've reviewed between Thalia and her then-boyfriend. Thalia's attorney, Gloria Allred, tells TMZ it's very common that rich, powerful men and their supporters attempt to discredit, shame, and humiliate accusers who have the courage to come forward. The complaint speaks for itself. Our client is looking forward to her day in court. So it looks like she's going forward with this. So there's an update with that, but that's an interesting development. And this is probably this one here is a different story as well. So this is courtesy of Soft White Underbelly. There was a singer who was trying to break in the music industry. She sat down with Soft White Underbelly apparently about 2 years ago and talked about how she went to a Diddy freak-off party. No one really believed her. Well, with all of this happening, Soft White Underbelly had her back on. And so she described her experience with it. So she was trying to get into the music industry. She was a singer. She was looking for people who would listen to her. She had a relationship with a Saudi prince because she was looking for people to invest in her, right? And so they built a relationship. The Saudi prince that says, hey, I'll introduce you to Diddy after a long period of time. They go to Miami. They're there for a month. They're only supposed to be there for 2 weeks. And then he says, hey, I'm going to take you to meet Diddy. And she ends up going to a freak-off party. So this is her story. I'm not going to play this whole thing, but I'm going to play a section in the middle so you can get a feel for what this experience was like for her and how dark the situation can get.
Do you see him? Oh my God. Because of the music. And I'm just like, whatever. Then he starts to act like really obnoxious, like, I'm the king of the world, jumping around, doing all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, that's regular P. Diddy shit. But what got me was how he walked up to me and was like, why are you not in the house? And I'm like, what do you mean? He like, how are you enjoying my house? So we had a little talk or whatever. He started talking about all these things. Oh, yeah, you're the one that, I seen was telling me about the prince. He's like, oh, yeah, it's very nice to meet you. Like, your life is not going to be the same.
So she says at this house, there's an outside, there's an inside. So people are outside partying, but not everybody's invited inside. She was there with another friend who wasn't invited inside. So right now she's outside and she's going to continue from there.
We start talking about going to Cuba. Are you going to Cuba with us? I'm like, what? And that's the thing. I didn't really know about this. So this is when I start asking around or whatever. And I said that in the last interview. But to get to the point, I ended up going in the house because he was on me, like, go in that house. I'm like, okay. And then the person that he was dating at that time, we're not going to say her name, but we all know, she came and was like looking at him like, what are you doing? Because he was talking to me for too long. So she came to like rub on his shoulders or whatever, and he just pushed her. And I'm looking like real uncomfortable, like, oh, I know what this is about. I don't want to be in the middle of there, whatever. So
that sounds, sadly, that sounds like Cassie. I'm speechless.
That's what made me go into the house, because I'm like, okay, let me just go in the house. So I told my friend, like, wait right here, girl. Let me just put on these shoes, see what this house is about. Walk up in there. I don't judge people, because at the time I was just smoking weed. But you know when people are out of their mind, and you know when people, you know what you don't want to be a part of. And it's just like, I'm seeing stuff that you see on the movies. This corner, this got going on. This corner, they over here doing this. This corner, they over there having sex. This corner, I'm just going to say, because I don't know what I can say, because I'm not trying to be incriminating myself, but they were dressed up like little Harajuku Barbies.
Like what?
Little people, okay? We're not going to say what type of little people, but like a fetish. And I'm looking like, what are they doing here? Like dressed up.
Harajuku Barbies. I'm not even sure what that is.
Little red lipstick, like they weren't supposed to be there. But I'm just looking like maybe.
They weren't supposed to be there. I don't think I quite understand. But I think this takes a lot of bravery for her to share this story, especially again, because I know everybody around Diddy is getting hit by different lawyers from all parts of the music industry and all parts of the government too. So,
Be some type of production going on. But why would they be at this party at 7 o'clock in the morning with grown people? Like, why would they be here? So I was just like, okay, whatever. Like, but then when I'm looking in this corner, this person laid out, and I'm looking like, what's going on? Then I'm seeing like Instagram models or whatever. I'm like, oh, hey. So I'm kind of getting distracted, feeling like kind of comfortable. Like, she's here? Oh my gosh, she's here. And then I see P. Diddy, walking through the house, like with his eyes on me. Like, like, is this, you see, like, are you agreeing with this? And I don't. Now, mind you, I still got my friend out there. So I walked out of the house and I'm telling her, like, oh my God, bitch. Like, this is, oh my God, she like for real? But I'm just like, I'm not even tripping. Like, oh, well, like, this nigga's weird. Like, so I'm really looking at the situation like, I don't even want to be involved in this type of stuff, because once I see something, I can't get it out of my mind. And I'm like a hypochondriac. Like, I keep on having flashbacks about it. So, whatever. So, of course, I come out And then here he goes again. And another rapper, well-known rapper, comes and starts feeling on me like, hey, you. So now it just seems like everybody is faded at this point. They're either drunk or on all the drugs, obviously, with this house music. So now I just feel like trapped in. Like, I don't like it. And I know the devil when I see it. Because by me being so spiritual and tapped in, I know when something is not right. I'm not judging, but I just don't want to be a part of it because how am I going to get out of this shit? Like, I'm already here. And then I heard conversations or whatever. And then P. Diddy was like, that's the one that I want. I want her. So now I feel like, you know, they plotting on me like, did you bring me here on purpose? Like, is this the, you know, producer you was talking about?
So she's referring to the Prince who she had a relationship with. And so now she starts getting really skeptical about his motives as well.
And I came here specifically with the Prince to rub elbows with people, to network for the music week. But then I put two and two together like, the Prince have been saying your life is never going to be the same. You're going to be happy. Somebody's expecting you. And I just feel like that was the time that I was going to get sex trafficked or, you know, drugged or something like that. And then they kept trying to make me, like, I've been around celebrities before. If a rapper wants you or somebody wants you, they're not going to do it. They're going to send somebody else to do it. So if a waitress is coming or another girl or a pretty girl or a guy, they'll sick somebody on you. Like, take this drink, do this, do that. And then you just feel eyes on you, like watching to see if you're going to do it, when you're going to do it. So I already know what time it was. And it's crazy because I had to leave that place. In my last interview, I told you I had to escape. I had to leave from the Prince because he was telling me we was leaving for Cuba the next day.
Yeah, I mean, that gives you a sense of what the experience was like for her. There's a lot more here. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to hear her story. Essentially, she ends up having to escape from the house. She gets her phone back. And she had real concerns that she was going to end up being trafficked. And sadly, she ends up leaving the music industry or gets rid of her music industry ambitions off of this. So this is a harrowing tale. So again, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments section. My name is Justin Hunt. Like, subscribe to the channel, follow at The Company Man on everything. It's all happening.
Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. The mathematical breakdown of this mighty game of rap we in. It's boom bapping. Systematical culture views that's radical, it's all happening. Shaking hands and dapping it. Life through the lens of hip hop, from trip hop to yes, yes, y'all, you don't stop, you don't stop. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening. Justin Hunt is here, it's all happening. It's all happening, yes, it's all happening.